It is the first round of the Fastlane Motorsports Northland Superstock Series. Race number 1 of the 3-race series, with race number 2 to take place in the ABC Raceway National tomorrow night. Race number 3, the championship round at the Proctor Speedway on Sunday. Here is your starting lineup for race number 1. 25 laps, $600 to win. Don Muzzy is on the pole, the number 1X from Ironwood, Michigan, lining up alongside of Willie Johnson Jr., a strong run to get a heat win earlier, the 18 car from Superior. Row 2, Kurt Myers, dominant in recent weeks. The number 1M is from Cameron. He lines up alongside of Scott Lawrence from Superior, the former track champion in the number 77. Row 3 inside, it'll be Jim Campbell from Two Harbors in the number 12 in white and green. Alongside of him is Andy Grimala, the 24 in black and green from Superior. Row 4 inside, Sean McFadden Jr., the number 51 junior from Ashland, alongside of Nick Oreskovich, the fly-in farmer from Mason, Wisconsin, in the 21F. Row number 5, it is Brian Carl, driving that brightly colored number 32F from Duluth. He lines up alongside of Andy Davey, the blue 91 is from Hibbing. Row number 6, it's Dave Flynn from Superior, the 29F, and Marcus Simonson, the 01X from Milltown, Wisconsin. Row number 7, Shane Kissling from Sorona, Wisconsin, in the gold and green number 6, alongside of Kevin Burdick, the blue number 30 from Proctor. Row number 8, inside DJ Keeler from Superior, in the gray and black number 12. Row number 8 to the outside, that's Andy Labarge from Keewatin, Minnesota, in the 79A. Row number 9, it's the 16 of Derek Vessel from Hibbing, and the 16S of Mark Smith from Solon Springs. Row 10, Cole Spacek, the 22 short from Phillips, and Corey Casari, the 1 from Montreal. Transferring from the semi-feature in the row 11, the 21 junior of Jeff Costine Jr. from Tomahawk. Row number 11 to the outside, Tristan Labarge from Kelly Lake, Minnesota, in the 19. And the final row, Patrick Beeksma from Ironwood, Michigan, in the 21C. Keith Kern from Superior in the 8. The 4-wide salute to the fans, the great tradition to kick off the big feature event here, Jerry. We are looking for a phenomenal feature race.
Yes, we are, and I'm kind of speechless here. This is going to be a good race.
You've got some real talent out there too.
Yes, we do, and anything can happen in this class.
Now,
anything.
Now, the trailer has voted. They want to see him start 4 wide.
Not in a Superstocks league.
Carnage in turn 1.
I'll tell you what, this is one of the most competitive classes. Almost any racetrack you go to, you can go here, for example, on a Friday night in Superior, a regular Friday night, and you can probably pick, you'll have 18, 20 cars start the feature. You might have 8 to 10 potential feature winners without even thinking somebody might come through with an upset, you know.
Exactly, and if you guys in the trailer want to go someplace, you need to go to the Wissota 100 out at where they start them 3 wide in every feature.
Yeah, one of these days we're going to get out there. We'll bring the trailer and the cameras and the whole bit. We ought to do that. That'll be fun.
Actually, I think after this year it's going to come back here somewhere.
Now it would be the equivalent in motocross of the 250C class. Those are usually the younger kids that are way faster than they can actually ride, and they go 20 wide into the first turn.
Yeah.
Carnage.
Yeah. Somebody might get hurt. Don Muzzy, Willie Johnson Jr., Kurt Myers, Scott Lawrence, Jim Campbell, Andy Grimala, Sean McFadden, Nick Oreskovich, Brian Carl, Andy Davey. Those are your front 5 rows as we start the Fastlane Motorsports Northland Superstock Series. Race number 1 of the 3-race series is off to a clean start through turns 1 and 2, and they are 3 wide down the back chute for the lead. Lawrence takes the inside line. Myers is going to take a look to the middle. Johnson to the outside, contact, hang on. Johnson is sideways, around he goes. McFadden will get collected, a bunch of cars in a mess on the outside of turn number 1, and this will collect some very, very good race cars. Willie Johnson Jr. and Scott Lawrence coming off of turn number 4, side by side for the lead. 2 of the top contenders for this one, and immediately collecting one another, and the aftermath is ugly.
All right, here we go.
Johnson, Carl, McFadden, and a bunch. We'll watch again and watch the 2 leaders right here. Johnson and Lawrence getting together. Thought they both caught it. And then they both lost it. There's McFadden caught up, and he goes right for the mound. Carl, Kissling collected there. And there's some other stuff as cars are trying to avoid to the outside going into turn one. And some other mess takes place. A couple of other cars get together. That has been cleaned up. There's just on that last blip there, Dave Flynn was one of the cars that was collected in the aftermath. Up in turn number 2 right now, Shane Kissling's got his 6 car rolling. Dave Flynn has taken the 29F to the pit area. And we're keeping an eye on that. I think Kissling is just trying to turn around and head back the correct direction. As he went through the infield and now is just trying to turn the car around, but maybe not. You see a couple of crew people trying to run through the pit area, maybe trying to come to
Get another angle
the 8
here.
of the 6.
So now I need to. Now I don't know what is.
Here you go.
Oh,
This is kind of the,
This is
That's
well
the
after the
aftermath.
contact.
yeah, this is people
Lawrence
trying to
sliding
avoid it.
away, and there you see Flynn spinning around in the middle. Lawrence is well up the track. Actually, a lot of guys doing a pretty good job of missing.
That's another square dancing. Spin your partner round and round, right?
yeah, apparently.
Goodness. Flynn has probably just got his eyes closed and his teeth clenched about as hard as you can, knowing that people are coming. This is Brian Carl's 32, left to right. Brian Carl's 32. Willie Johnson's number 18. That's the yellow one. Willie is kind of poked half out of the car now. That's the Hans device and the safety gear that the driver is now onto, thank heavens. Sean McFadden Jr.'s 51. Jr. is the other car they're tending to. McFadden's still in the car. Johnson putting his gear back on. He's going to crawl back into this thing. He might be able to restart. Or at least that's what his hope is. Carl's 32 with the loose push bar in the back. So some significant damage. He must have gotten caught up from behind after the fact. You can see how wrinkled the 18 ride is. Right down the left side, all the door panel fenders, and of course the nose piece pretty well rippled up as well. Good shot. That pushes right into that whole door and fender area. There is some wrinkling going on there. Johnson's going to back that car out under his own power. He can take a quick visit to the pits to make sure everything's okay, and he'll have to tag onto the tail of the field, or he could just reassume his spot as is.
Take another look at that one.
Another look here.
Got started up front.
This is towards the beginning of the incident. Johnson around. Lawrence has already spun away. McFadden collected. Kissling tagging into Carl at the tail end of that one. That's where the damage to the back of Carl's car comes from. They're talking a little bit, you maybe hear track announcer Mark Fleischer talking in the background a little bit about the series. Big money on the line for the Superstocks over the 3-day series, and it's very interesting what they have to offer here. This has been a very well-designed, very exciting series that's been set up. Feature winner tonight takes home $600. Feature winner in Ashland tomorrow night will take home $600. The feature winner in Proctor will take $500. You're doing the math as we go here, right? If a driver races all three races in the series, he'll earn an extra $100 bonus. If a driver wins the series, he will win $1,575 for the points. And if he wins all 3 races, he wins an additional $1,200. It's a $1,200 bonus for the sweep.
Oh.
Doing the math, that's over $3,500, well over $3,500, if a guy could have one really good weekend.
Yeah.
Not in this class. I mean, it's going to be tough to do.
The math has changed since I looked
yes,
at it.
it's been going up almost on a
going up.
daily basis. It's Brian Carl and checking over the damage to his 32 car as they roll it up the flatbed there. A tough break for that guy who, as we mentioned earlier, came out of a few years worth of a hiatus, if you will, to get back into racing. And his cars are just gorgeous when they come out on the track. I mean, they're beautiful, beautiful paint scheme and a very cool looking color. Very cool looking car.
I love the orange wheels.
Yes. Unfortunately, it just doesn't look as pretty as it should.
No, it
Not
doesn't.
right now. And he does such a great job getting that car ready and making it look good. Willie Johnson and Scott Lawrence had a brief discussion over turn number 3 before the field started to move into position here. Don Muzzy's 1X car is lined up just shy of the Sue Vinci Trucking start-finish line. He will be your leader when we restart. This series continues tomorrow night at the ABC Raceway in Ashland with the $600 to win 25-lap feature for the Super Stocks there. They are also going to be joined by the Interstate Racing Association 410 Wing Sprints, which will be here in Superior the Friday night of the Northern Nationals, the first full weekend in September, or actually the weekend after Labor Day, I should say. Second full weekend in September.
That's part of our deal. They always used to make 2 visits here, but lately it's become just the one at the Northern Nationals. It's always fun watching those guys get around here. I can't imagine how grateful they're going to be to see that first and second turn lighting when they're coming down this front straightaway at about 125 miles an hour.
McFadden will take the 51 junior car to the pits. Significant right front damage. So another potential contender for this one, and we talked about, you've got a 25 car starting field. You could have picked out about 13 or 15 guys that realistically, or I should say legitimately, are winners right away, or could be winners, and then after that, any one of a number of guys you could say, yeah, he's got a chance too. Willie Johnson Jr. will be tagged with this incident. He'll go to the tail of the grid in that 18 car. As wrinkled as that is, he may still be fast enough to get back up to contend for at least a top 5 run. We'll keep an eye on him. Don Muzzy, the 1X, is your leader. Scott Lawrence will be scored as the number 2 car in second in the 77, and he's going to opt for outside of row number 2. That'll put Kurt Meyer's 1M car to the inside. Row number 3, the 4th place car of Jim Campbell alongside the 5th place car. And that will be Andy Grimala. I had to get him alongside of me so I could see. Nick Oreskovich, the 21. Andy Davey, the 91. Marcus Simonson, the 01X.
Apparently they're going to give him that. No laps in, so they're going to give him the spot back.
I don't think so.
Well, there he is.
There he is, and the caution lights are down. So Willie Johnson, they're going to say a no cause complete restart.